We're here today to celebrate the end of the Your Cinderford Brook project. We're starting at the council chambers and we're going to head down for a tour of the rain gardens starting at the Wesley.
So you may have started noticing yellowfish appearing on Cinderford's pavements. They're appearing next to the surface drains and the drains where the water is being taken off when we get heavy rainfall.
So the water will run down and it's got little holes in each of the things here, so it will feed each one, and then the bottom one has got its own feed as well. So the water then will run through and then any excess comes through each planter under the bottom as well, so they're all interconnected and joined together.
And these were previously hard surfaces, so they were the surface that we're standing on at the moment. All of this was basically these concrete blocks, as was the area around the cherry tree, apart from a sort of small sort of enclosed area underneath the tree itself. And so these areas, whilst they don't take rainwater from a roof, they do take normal rainwater. So these ones, you'll notice straight away, are made of a different material to the ones at the Wesley. So these are steel tanks that we had purpose built so that they were the right size and measurements and would hold the right volume of water. The reason we used metal for these ones rather than timber is that the timber ones, as you'll have seen, take up quite a lot of room. So obviously just the material itself takes up quite a lot of space. So if you've got places where you want to put a rain garden but you haven't necessarily got huge amounts of space to accommodate, big timber planters, which sort of gives you an extra kind of this much on every planter in each direction. So these steel tanks were fabricated specifically for us to the measurements that we wanted. And this is really quite a simple one. So it takes the water from the roof, comes in down the pipe at the back, and there's an outflow at the back on the other side for any excess going into the drains. We pretty much never see any excess coming out of this one. This is one that we've got a diverter on the downpipe. So the downpipe comes down. We've got two sets of separate gardens here. We haven't got an L-shaped garden. This is two rectangular gardens. So the one part of the downpipe comes out here and goes into the garden going that way, and this one comes down here, and when it rains it goes into the water wheel, which on a good day spins. On a bad day it just drips through the water wheel and onto the floor. Or into the garden, sorry. But it needs a reasonable amount of water to get the water wheel moving. But the reason we've got this in here really is because this area is used. The community church isn't just used for religious purposes, it's used as a real sort of popular community venue. So again, there's play groups here, there's coffee mornings here, there's warm welcome, the food bank is here once a week, all of those sorts of things. And this space in here is used a lot for children's play. And so when we planted this, as well as obviously the conditions that the plants were going to need, we've also gone for things that either smell nice or feel nice, nothing toxic, all the sort of, those sorts of things. So the lamb's ear, which has gone a bit crazy in there, is really nice, and all of the ferns and grasses and so on. So this is the last of the timber planters, which as you can see we built at the same time as the one at the bottom of the hill. So they're very much sort of the same sort of construction. And again, we rain water down off the roof, and then any excess goes back out and into the mains drainage. So this is, as you can see, a round rain garden. And this is a water tank. So we thought we'd go for something different here, just to try and demonstrate different methods of construction. So the other thing that's different about this is the method of water coming in is different. So this is a rain chain. This was here before the rain garden was here. I think it was probably walked past by many people who didn't even register it was here. So this was attached to a manhole cover, which is underneath this now, into a drain which was essentially blocked and wasn't going anywhere. So you could see sort of great puddles on the surface here. The rain's coming down the chain but had nowhere really to soak into.